Hey everyone, welcome to this video. You have no idea how absolutely excited I am to finally sit down and film something. If you have been following along over on my social media, all kinds of crazy business have been happening. The previous video that you saw on my channel with my planner setup was really filmed when I was sick, and I've been sick for a good 2 weeks, if not a little bit more. And this season, whatever that's going around, just hangs on to you and does not let go. Like, I've had no voice, I was like coughing really badly, like the works. I finally started to get my voice back a couple days ago. I'm so excited I can yap again, I can, do everything that I do. And of course, I gotta sit down and film a video finally. So, what am I talking about today? Favorites video, couple of things I've mean to talk about, some interesting things today because I've got obviously the beauty stuff, but then I have one fashion item and one tech item that I am head over heels about, and can't wait to share. Maybe you'll find some of these things useful for your holiday shopping. Yes, this is the first video of December. I haven't forgotten. I'm very excited. I have not started decorating. Maybe end of next week when school is like wrapping up and dying down. We'll see how that goes. But I do have some holiday videos planned, and if all goes well, fingers crossed, you'll get lots of content. So, without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Let's jump into this video with some great skincare. And I've been meaning to talk about this ever since I reviewed it over on my blog, but the chance just hasn't happened. But here we are now, and I'm so excited to talk to you about Tatcha. I have this discovery kit, which is like a mini sample, actually a deluxe sample size, or a travel kit. And they have this in a couple of different variations for different skin types. This is the one for sensitive skin. Tatcha is, I would call them a luxury natural skincare brand, and they do, I think their claim to fame was years ago when they were the first, or one of the first Western brands to launch the blotting sheets, the rice paper blotting sheets. You may remember those. Those were the days when I first started getting into beauty, and I remember hearing about Tatcha. But since then, they've grown so well and have created some really excellent skincare that I just dropped. BRB. Alright, skincare. So, I've got these 4 things as part of the Discovery Kit. And if you have read the blog post, you would have seen these. But quite briefly, there is the Pure One Step Camellia Cleansing Oil. FYI, favorite. Tatcha Indigo Soothing Rice Enzyme Cleansing Powder. Not a favorite, but a very hot selling item. There is the Triple Soothing Indigo Soothing Triple Recovery Cream, which I do love. It's a favorite for sure. And then we have the Luminous Deep Hydrating Firming Serum. So between these 4 products, I got a good sense of, Tatcha skincare as a whole, their philosophy, the quality, the texture of their products. And I will say, there are some gems in here if you are willing to dig around. Like I said, my favorite is the Pure Camellia Cleansing Oil, which I would say, all around is probably my favorite cleansing oil. And it hurts a little bit that this is quite expensive as far as cleansing oils go, but the way that this emulsifies is incredible. I've never had a cleansing oil emulsify so well and rinse off so cleanly while leaving your skin so soft. So, big win with the cleansing oil. Will I repurchase this? Probably yes, when Sephora has a discount. By the way, Tatcha is now carried by Sephora. But it's not something I would use every day just because it is more of a luxury end item. As well, the Triple Recovery Cream from the Indigo collection is phenomenal for sensitive skin. I had a crazy breakout, all kinds of business happening, and this really soothed my skin. Between this and the Fresh Creme NCN, they're both excellent, they're both expensive, but I would say this one, sensitive skin, absolutely a win. Second item, this is something you've all been asking me about ever since I hauled it in my iHerb video a while back, and I have reviewed this as well. But for those of you who haven't read the review, which FYI, I will link all reviews down below in the info bar under this video if you're looking for that. But I want to briefly talk about the Acure Brightening Facial Scrub. This is not an absolutely favorite, but I think so many of you asked about it that I ought to mention it here in this video. This is an argan stem cell and chlorella growth factor infused product. I have a really hard time saying that, but it's meant for all skin types, and this is really a very gritty physical exfoliant is what I would call it. It comes out very green, it smells very herbal, and a lot of people love it, but for myself I find it just a little too rough for my face, and I'm someone who really loves a deep hardcore scrub, but the particles, you know, the exfoliating particles are not very even, and I really feel that some of them are just too rough and too tough, and it doesn't feel excellent on my skin. And again, lots of interesting organic ingredients in here, like acai berry, there's blackberry, there's rose hip, pomegranate, calendula, chamomile, you know, all that great stuff. And as a brand, I think Accure's pretty good. This one for myself, however, I would probably use it for the body. Seems more suited for that purpose for me, but occasionally I still break it out for the face because, well, gets the job done. So there you are, the Accure Brightening Facial Scrub. So, being the stationery collector that I am, we gotta talk about these pens. They are so darn cool. Okay. Backstory, I recently discovered these pens because I was looking for something that would work in my planner, my previous planner, not the one you just saw, but the previous one. The paper was a little bit thinner, and I'm someone who loves to write in big, bold ink. I love writing so it's like stands out there. Does that make any sense? Hope it does. Either way, the Staedtler pens, which I do adore, they were bleeding a little bit. I won't say bleeding. They were causing some shadowing on the flip side of the paper. What'd you do? I discovered that the bookstore sells these ones, which is by the brand Pilot. So I believe it's a Japanese brand, and it is the Pilot Frixion pens. So literally, they erase when you rub on the text with this little plastic silicone cap on the end, which all the pens have. The pens come in kind of a marker style, have a couple of those. They come in a like a gel ink style, which is what I use most often. They come in a fine, almost ballpoint pen style, but these are ink as well, just in a 0.5 versus a 0.7. There's lots of variety, there's lots of colors, and they do erase. I put this in bunny ears because it doesn't actually take off the ink. I believe what this does is that once you start erasing, it causes some kind of, the heat or the friction causes some kind of chemical reaction, so the ink actually becomes invisible and depigmented. So essentially it makes it invisible and you can write right over it. It's excellent. Get these if you're a student. Get these if you're a planner-holic. Get these if you like pens. I think not all of them write as bold as I would like. I prefer the 0.7, but some of the 0.5 is fine as well. I would say that their blacks are not the darkest and not exactly what I want, but because they're so cool and they work so well, especially for planners, if you have a changing schedule, you gotta have these. They're so awesome. As you can see, I've grown quite a collection. Alright, time to talk about one of the best tech investments I've made this year. Well, I guess other than my ring light, but this thing has been rocking my world in school and outside of school and just for everything. So you may remember that a while back I had asked about what's a good computer, laptop to take to school that also can function if I go to a meeting or things like that. And I think they were upgrading to a newer model, and then the Asus Transformer notebook / tablet was on sale. It was a very basic model, and that is the one that I have, but it works so well, and it's been making me so happy. And so essentially, I have this broken down into its two pieces right now because I was using it this morning to look up recipes for cucumber sandwiches. beyond the point. So this is the Asus Transformer. I have the basic version, like I said. I don't think this version is carried anymore. They've upgraded to a fancier, schmancier version. Similar thing. So it's got this upper piece, which is the screen, and also the tablet portion. But it also has the keyboard that you can attach right here, and you can take it along and do your business. This is excellent because it lasts me a good 6 hours when I'm at school. Like, the battery is incredible, and the battery, great thing is that the battery is not kind of split between the tablet part and the keyboard. All the battery is in the tablet portion, so when you do charge it, you charge it up in here. This is just an external accessory. It comes bundled together when you buy. You don't have to buy this separately, but that's really nice because, you know, you're not losing battery life. Some of them advertise how many ever hours of batteries, but it's really, you know, this plus this. But for this one, all the juice is up in here. So on most days, I do take the bottom part with me, and on certain days when I know it's a light day, I will just take the top portion. And guess what? This is a touchscreen, which makes me so happy, but it's probably very smudgy when you're looking at it right now. So happy with this. This has made my bag so much lighter. It's so convenient. I am not the person sitting next to the aisle because I need a charger for my computer, because this just lasts me the whole day. So in love. So for those of you who gave me a thumbs up for, you know, choosing this one, thank you for the good recommendation. And if you are still looking for something, I do recommend this one. If you're not looking for something super hardcore, powerful, needs to do everything, then go with this. It's inexpensive. The higher models have bigger storage if you want. It's just excellent. And the keyboard part has a USB, so you can use it with things like your tiny mouse, which I got this Logitech wireless mouse. It has a little USB bit in here. You plug it into the keyboard, and then you can take this along with you. So tiny, so travel friendly. I am in love with this tech set, and just had to share that with you. Alright, last item, I've got to talk to you about some shoes, and in particular this shoe brand that I have been head over heels, get it, head over heels, about for a good, year, 2 years, maybe a year and a half, and they have just really impressed me with not only the quality of their materials, you know, the shoes themselves, and also just the aesthetic. It's very classic, and I love them, and you must have a look at them if you're ever in a place that sells Bass shoes. So I believe the full name of the brand is called G.H. Bass & Co. I see this brand in America a lot whenever I go down the border. I do think there are a few places over here in Canada that you can get these shoes, but they don't have a standalone store. And I believe, was it Merritt or one of those stops, or Burlington, has a Bass actual store. So good. Okay, I've got a couple of styles to show you, and I do wear all of them on rotation. This first pair is one I've had for the longest time. You will probably have seen this pair in a couple of my videos. And these are wingtips, and they are leather over here. They're denim up here. They've got these laces. They're so classic, but they've got a little something different. And I have gotten so many compliments from people who are older and younger about these shoes, and they're so sassy, and I love them so much. So this is one style that I have. I also have a pair of boots that I recently bought from Bass, and I got these from DSW Shoes Canada, and occasionally they will have some Bass shoes on discount, but these are leather. Again, they've got this little wingtip here with the stitching, a little bit Oxford inspired, but still in a tall boot, a little bit like a Chelsea boot as well. The elastic over here, just comfortable and cute, and does not let the cold air travel up your pant leg. It's just great. So if you do happen by a Bass store, drop in there and check out some of their classic shoes. I adore them. So there you have it, the first favorites video in a long time. I probably overtalked. This video is probably 15 minutes again. But I really hope that you enjoyed it. I had so much fun filming again, and I look forward to more videos coming up this month in December. Leave me a comment and let me know what you have been doing. How have you been? What are you doing for this month? Are you doing anything exciting? Let me know. Love to hear from you. I do miss you lots. Until next time, take care. See you very soon. Bye.